Hi everyone, my name's Pieta Valentine. I've written 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. So today I'm going to speak about, this video is going to be on mum forgetting her words and getting her words jumbled. How do we cope with that? Well, it's very distressing for the mother, of course, or father, if they can't get their words out when they're trying to explain something to you, either over the phone or, in a dementia unit when you're visiting. And I think the best way to approach it really is to not be overbearing and fill in for her and say, oh mum, it's all right, we know you've got memory problem, it doesn't matter, and just sort of dismiss it. Really, the important thing is to connect with her, eye contact, ask her to repeat what she's saying and try and see if you can get the context of what she's saying. Even if you can just get 1 or 2 words or her gestures or she points to something, and then you can go, are you saying, mum, that you'd like to go to the bathroom, or are you saying that you'd like to go for a walk outside, or whatever it is. And then she'll agree with you if you've got it right, or nod her head if you haven't. And this is the way to be able to respect what the person is saying and tune in with them and allow them to have a voice, not to shut down their voice. Because it's very important to listen and engage and try as best as you possibly can to communicate with them and receive their message. Because if we don't do that, what happens is that people with dementia can just withdraw quite quickly right back into their dementia cave, shut down, shut off, and just not connecting or communicating with the world. And that's no life for anyone, is it? In that dementia cave, it's just like all anxiety, depression, isolation. It's terrible, and it's not like, dementia can go on for years and years. I mean, it's not just like we've got a condition for a few months or something. I mean, it's a large amount of time that people have to live with dementia. So it's important that we can, help as much as we can so that they can have quality of life throughout those years. So, okay. So the other important thing is that it's really important to make the effort to lift the confidence of your mother. Confidence really goes to an all-time low with dementia. It's one of the biggest problems, actually, because there's the stigma of dementia, there's the prejudice, there's the fact of losing your memory, being disorientated, and on it goes. And it's depressing and disorientating. And you can lose your confidence very quickly with it. There's only a few people I've known that have come into the facility that haven't lost their confidence, and they were very strong characters, I can tell you. So that is something that you can work on, is in building the confidence of your mother. And one of the ways to do that is through encouragement. Come on, mum, we'll work this out. Just keep talking to me and try and say it another way. And let's see if I can get it. Am I on the right track here? And, no, okay, so let's try another way. And, work on it, work together with her so that you can get the message and encourage her and, not dismiss and don't speak over and say, it's okay, mum, I know what you mean. It's important, actually, that they do develop these communication skills, that they keep making the effort, that you encourage them to keep making the effort so that they can get some discipline in their lives, to be able to cope with this terrible memory problem and get some quality of thinking going so that they can communicate and engage with life. So your encouragement with her, with communication, will go a long way with this. And also another thing is sometimes when your mother loses her words or doesn't, can't sort of get out what she wants to say, it can just often be a temporary lapse. And so if you're relaxed with it and she can see, look, it's no big deal, you're not fearful or concerned, she'll often just carry on and be okay after that. But if, we get reactive comments from other people, like, look, I've told you that and you're always forgetting, or can't you remember that, or what's the problem, or, some people are really interrogative in their, in the way they speak. I don't know if I don't think they mean to be like that, but it sort of comes across as attacking almost in the way that they're critical. They've got a tone of criticism in their voice, whereas people with dementia will pick up, like if you're friendly, you're kind, you're wanting the best for them, you're wanting them to move forward, they'll absolutely be able to feel that in the tone of your voice, and then you can work together on this communication, building confidence and going forward with clarity as much as possible. And I think the other people that haven't got patience with dementia, maybe that's part of it. You've got to be interested in this topic, in this whole thing. Of course, if there's love, I think if you love your mother, you'll make the effort and you'll read up and you'll educate yourself and you'll try to work out the best way to help her. But, if the love isn't there, well, it's pretty difficult, isn't it, then to take an interest in and help. So anyway, that's another topic. But so in terms of being able to help with your mother when she has difficulty with words, just the main thing is, if she can't get the words out correctly, try and see what it is she's trying to say, give clues, use your gestures, facial expressions, animation of your tone, with her too, so that she can understand you. With dementia, you sometimes have to be a little bit larger than life, you can't just sort of sit there and mumble and no facial expression, no gestures, and hope that they'll sort of understand what you're saying. You've got to really mouth the words and speak clearly so that they can hear you and understand you, at least from your side. And then she can have a chance of picking that up and communicating back to you so that you can get what it is that she's saying. So communication is a very important thing, of course, and encouraging communication as much as possible with your mother, because in the unit, unless she's made a friend where, they do talk to each other, often they don't communicate with each other that much unless it's a well-established community. So that's why it's important when you're there, at least, to not just sit in silence, but encourage her to talk and converse, and bring in things that you can, talk about too, like photo albums or magazines or books she likes that you can flick through and talk about. So you've got interesting, engaging topics to talk about with your mother and to discuss and converse with. We all need to have interesting topics of interest, don't we, to be able to think about and talk about. Otherwise, everything's just flat, monotonous and mundane. Same in a dementia unit. Unless there's that good quality information coming in, it's difficult to be able to think and communicate in a decent way when you just only got day-to-day stuff going on. The worst thing relatives often do, what have you done today, Mum? Honestly, dear old Mum, she's done the same thing every day ever since she's been in the unit, isn't it? Breakfast, lunch, dinner and activities. So that's not, helpful. It's much better to you come in with the news, you come in with the information, what's happening in the world, what's happening in the family. Bring that information to her. That's what she needs. And then she can communicate with you and build up her skills and hopefully have a more interesting, engaging life as a result. Okay, so that's it for today on, mum and her speech and communication, and how to deal with it when she loses her words, hopefully only temporarily or in part. So all the best with everything out there, all of you working with dementia. Thank you for all your support and views and subscriptions and all of that. Till next time, thanks.